What's up guys? Today's video is on the best budget camera phone. Through extensive research and testing, I've put together a list of options that'll meet the needs of different types of buyers, so whether it's price performance or its particular use, we've got you covered. For more information on the products, I've included links in the description box down below, which are updated for the best prices. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get started. At number 10. Honor 50, a low-cost camera phone that's great for selfies. Honor's latest smartphone technically comes just under the price limit, as long as you get the 128GB version, and has a 108MP main camera as well as an 8MP ultrawide and two 2MP auxiliary cams. The real star of the show, though, is the 32MP selfie camera, as self-portraits look bright and colorful. We found this great whether in standard or portrait mode, with balanced highlights and shadows, great contrast, lovely looking color and realistic looking bokeh background blur. Even when we took nighttime selfies, we found ourselves clearly detailed. Elsewhere, we weren't as enthused by the cameras. It's not bad for photography, but about on par with other mobiles on this list. So it's really a choice for selfie fans. Beyond that, this is your standard mid-range Android phone with a medium power processor, long-lasting battery and good-looking display. If you need a 108MP camera phone on a budget, it's a good choice, but the Redmi Note 10 Pro is better value for money. At number 9. OnePlus Nord CE2 5G, a super cheap high-res camera. The OnePlus Nord CE2 5G doesn't quite compare to the Nord 2 that places higher up on this list, but it has one massive advantage compared to that device. Sure, the 64MP camera here doesn't quite match up to the Nord 2's 50MP, but the other cameras are roughly the same, and the two phones share the same camera app and features too. We found the OnePlus performed about how well you'd expect given its price, except unlike some other budget phones, it didn't have any glaring flaws. We could rely on it in different situations, which is certainly something you can't say about all budget camera phones. At number 8. Xiaomi Mi 11 Lite 5G, a slim phone with commendable camera chops. The Xiaomi Mi 11 Lite 5G takes some of the key features from the Mi 11 and cuts some corners, and lots of the body, to make a smaller, cheaper phone. You can take advantage of Mi 11 deals if you're in the UK, this handset isn't available in the US. It boasts the same fantastic macro camera we saw on the Mi 11 and also packs a high megapixel main camera with an ultra-wide snapper to round out the party. Once the cameras were pointed at the subject, we found that the Mi 11 Lite acted pretty similar to the Redmi, but with a much smaller form factor. It was easy for us to pull the Mi 11 Lite out of our pocket when we spotted a great scene, which is something we can't say about lots of the other mobiles on this list. At number 7. Realme C35, a budget phone packing a powerful camera. One of 2022's most tempting budget smartphones, the Realme C35 packs in a 50MP main camera that uses Sony's IMX766 sensor, which crops up in quite a few smartphones with higher price tags than this one. The rest of the camera array is nothing to write home about, with no ultra-wide array, but still, in most conditions you'll get imagery with this camera that punches well above the phone's weight. Across the board, this phone does a good job at its price point. The battery life is excellent, and you can easily get a good couple of days of use out of the phone before needing to charge, which is not something you can say for more expensive smartphones. Having a full HD display is welcome too, as it makes watching Netflix or YouTube on the phone a much better experience. Some might quibble the maximum brightness of 600 nits, and it's definitely not ideal, but once again, is the kind of trade-off you'd expect to make at this price. At number 6. iPhone SE, the best budget camera phone for Apple fans. Apple's iPhone SE, 2022, is a great value camera phone. It combines good performance with water resistance and wireless charging, all flagship features. The design looks very familiar from older iPhones, but we found performance to be on point when we reviewed it. The camera only has the one lens on the back, but the single 12MP snapper can grab high-resolution, portrait mode photos and even shoots 4K video. Of course, you don't get all of the features of the iPhone 13, like night mode or Dolby Vision HDR and cinematic mode for video, but you do get the vital tools that make the pictures better, including portrait mode for people. At number 5. Samsung Galaxy A53, the best budget camera phone for Samsung fans. Samsung has done the unlikely in giving the Galaxy A53 4 rear cameras that you wouldn't turn your nose up at. None of these are filler lenses like we see on many cameras. The 64MP main camera takes great pictures, with the 12MP ultrawide, 5MP depth sensing and 5MP macro cameras all helping out in a pinch, but the star of the show is the software. Samsung's entire range of modes, including food for adding focus and saturation to shots, or single take if you don't know what kind of picture would be best for the subject, are all present and accounted for. At number 4. Moto G200, Motorola's best G-series phone for photography. Members of Moto's affordable G-series of smartphones haven't always deserved a place on lists with best camera phone in the title, but in 2021, that started to change, and the Moto G200 is the best example of this. The phone has 3 rear cameras including a super high-res main snapper, but its real power comes from the AI scene optimization, as Motorola's software has been coming on leaps and bounds in that department. Low-light photography is good for a budget phone, and selfies look vibrant too. At number 3. Google Pixel 6, a great all-round Android camera phone handset. This Pixel 6 may cost less than $500, but it's well spec'd for photography, with bigger sensors than its predecessor, the Pixel 5, and the Pixel 6a, which sits at the top of this list. Around the back of the Pixel 6 is a 50MP 1,1.31 sensor, featuring 1.2 micron pixels, omnidirectional phase detection autofocus, laser autofocus, and WAH. The secondary camera on the Pixel 6's black camera surround is ultra-wide, which features a fixed focus lens and 12MP resolution. Although there are only 2 cameras here, Google's computational photography software modes will ensure decent photos in many situations. Modes include astrophotography, night sight, panorama, photosphere, and motion. The Magic Eraser will allow you to edit out unwanted objects and unblur faces for flawless, detailed digital photos. At number 2. OnePlus Nord 2T, the best OnePlus budget camera phone. The OnePlus Nord 2T doesn't offer anything drastically different from the previous Nord 2, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, given the Nord 2 used to sit at the top of this list prior to the Google Pixel 6a's arrival. And the £50 drop in RRP to £349 isn't too shabby, either. The front camera has a 32MP sensor, just like the flagship OnePlus 10 Pro. An AI deblurring algorithm will reduce any blur that may come from an unsteady hand so your self-portraits will look stunning. At number 1. Google Pixel 6a, Google's best budget camera phone. The Google Pixel 6a is Google's newest entry into the budget smartphone space. It's a low-cost alternative to the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro. Despite its low cost, the Pixel 6a is well spec'd, equipped with the same Tensor chipset that powers the bigger Pixel phones. As for photos, there are only 2 cameras in its rear array, rather than the 3 that are common in smartphones nowadays, but Google's real strength is in software rather than hardware. Accordingly, the Pixel 6a is stuffed with clever little processing tricks, which means photos taken with the phone of comparable punch and vibrancy to those shot with phones that cost twice as much. Google's Magic Eraser tech is also present here, which means you'll be able to edit out unwanted objects or people from your photos for absolutely flawless shots. Thanks for watching. For more details, follow the links given below in the description section, and if you are new here, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon.